OK, so, guys, avant de commencer l'épisode, je vais faire un gros shout-out à Cire Pathétique. Yo, bro, je vois que tu t'en viens à Gatineau mi-mai. Frère, m'a le dire comme que c'est, t'es le GOAT du rap québécois, bro. T'es le Jay-Z du rap québécois. T'es le Eminem du rap québécois. T'es le GOAT du rap québécois, bro. S'il te plaît, ça fait longtemps que le monde n'a pas entendu de toi. Je sais que ça fait un bout maintenant que tu sors pas de nouvelles tunes. C'était plus les débuts 2000, ton era. Mais frère, t'es le GOAT du rap québécois. Je t'invite sur mon podcast. S'il te plaît, viens sur mon podcast quand tu vas être à Gatineau en mi-mai. Je pense que c'est le 18 mai. Je suis pas sûr exactement sur quoi la date, mais je sais que c'est mi-mai. Frère, je t'invite sur mon podcast. Mon podcast est situé à Gatineau. Ça, c'est un honneur, bro. Puis comme, même que je veux te demander, c'est possible. Parce que moi, live, j'ai pas d'intro. Pour mon podcast, j'ai pas encore d'intro. Mais en écoutant tes beats, en réécoutant tes beats, actually, quand j'étais jeune, j'écoutais quand même assez tes beats. En réécoutant tes beats, je veux demander si c'est possible que je prends ton beat, un de tes beats, puis ça devient mon intro. Ce beat-là. Yo, boys. Guys, Gatineau. Ça, c'est un sale beat, là. Ain't gonna lie. But you know what? Them are bad boy, baby. Yo, c'est pathétique. Ça, comme beat, go red, bro. Go red. S'il te plaît, si tu peux pas venir sur mon podcast pour X, Y raison, laisse-moi prendre ce beat-là comme intro de mon podcast. Chaque épisode qu'elle va faire, même quand elle va devenir big, bro, c'est une question de temps que je deviens big, même quand elle va devenir big, bro, frère, si tu me laisses prendre ce beat-là comme intro, je perce. Juste avec l'intro, je perce. Comme moi, juste avec cette intro-là, même si mon contenu est de la merde, mon podcast est de la merde, mais avec cette intro-là, je perce direct, frère. Mais je veux aussi rajouter que je t'invite sur mon podcast, bien sûr, bro. Comme je t'ai dit, t'es le GOAT du rap québécois. Ça serait un honneur de t'avoir sur mon podcast. Puis là, ton show Pop au Bar, comme j'ai dit, c'est en mi-mai, je suis pas sûr quelle date. Mais frère, let's fucking go, man. M'a t'envoyé ça, m'a tagué. J'ai été plus actif sur Facebook que sur IG. M'a tagué, frère, m'a t'envoyé ça, puis yo, let's fucking get it. Okay, so guys, welcome back. Andrei podcast, episode number 70. Reality check number 13. So let me do the intro and the warning that I love so much to do. No one loves and respects all human beings more than I do. It's as quick as that. Don't fucking bust my balls. I fucking said in the beginning of the episode. I'm a comedian also, if I can add. So this is all for comedic purposes, satire, comedic purposes. I'm the new Bill Maher. Reality check with Andrei Delich. He has real time with Bill Maher. So I'm the new Bill Maher. So that's the intro warning, just in case one of you woke tards try to take me to court or try to fucking bash my image or whatever, try to cancel me. First of all, you can't cancel a goat. That's number one. Number two, I did the intro and the warning, so please stay in your fucking lane, bro. Okay, so guys, first topic. People who do GoFundMes for whatever purposes or reasons. People who ask for donations regarding anything, especially stupid purposes. Now, of course, I understand why Chio would ask for donations, because that's a very beautiful purpose. Little kids who have cancer, who are dying, they could always use more help, right, Chio? So that's a beautiful purpose. That's a beautiful cause. And I'm actually a big Chio supporter. When it comes to donating, I donated a lot to the Chio cause, to the Chio hospital, a lot, because that's a beautiful cause. But guys, I did a sketch recently on Instagram where it's in French, so if you guys only speak English, you're not gonna understand, but I'm making fun of people who ask for donations regarding stupid purposes. So if you want to accomplish something, you want to accomplish your dreams, oh, you know what? I want to go on I'm giving an example. I want to go on vacation with my wife to Italy. I'm going to set up a GoFundMe so you can send me money, send me donations so that I can go on vacation with my wife. That's not a fucking good reason. That's not a valuable reason. That's not a valid reason to ask for donations. It's not a valid reason to go and set up a GoFundMe page. Actually, that's fucking the audacity you have to ask for donations for solely solo purposes, for your own pleasure. That's fucking ludicrous. I don't know how you have the balls, or it's not even balls. It's just being so stupid and having the audacity to ask for such kind of donations. It's a shame, and you should be ashamed of yourself. I made a sketch in French making fun of people who ask for donations regarding fucking ludicrous reasons, ludicrous purposes. Like I said, if you want to go on vacation with your wife and you ask for a donation so that you can go and live your dream of traveling to Italy or traveling to fucking Philippines, or I don't know where the fuck you want to travel to with your wife, that's not a good reason to set up a GoFundMe page. It's not a good reason for people to send you donation money. And I mean, like I already said, the fucking audacity you have to ask people for money so that you can go and live your dreams of traveling or whatever. I don't know. At the top of my head, traveling is the first thing that comes to my head. But it's enough of a good example for you to understand the concept of what I'm trying to say, for you to understand the message I'm trying to say right now. But guys, come on, man. Let's fucking keep it real. So guys, Canadian elections coming up soon, federal elections. Guys, these past 10 years, Justin Trudeau has been fucking us in the ass. No lube, no condoms, no protection, whatever. He's the head of the Liberal Party. Not anymore. Now it's fucking, what's his name, man? Mike Carney. Jesus Christ, his name is even gayer than what he looks like. So guys, for the past 10 years, the Liberal Party has been fucking the Canadian people and the Canadian society. So I don't know what would tempt someone to vote again for a Liberal, especially with Mike Carney as the head of the Liberal Party. Now, as much as I hate Justin Trudeau, I fucking hate him, at least, he has something that I can look up to. At least he's good looking. You know what I mean? At least Justin Trudeau, I was like, you know what? He's fucking retarded. He has no idea what he's doing. He's so out of touch with reality, but at least he's good looking. He's tall and good looking. At least our prime minister, maybe he's dumb. Maybe whenever he goes in a international meeting with other national leaders, maybe he's the dumbest one there. That's a fact. He's probably the dumbest one there, but he's also probably the best looking there. So at least he represents us good in some way. But Mike Carney, guys, I don't know what I can. I mean, he's smart. He has a good IQ. But the things he represents, he's fucking woke, pushing again the woke agenda. I mean, guys, in Canada, we're already far left enough. Like, Jesus fucking Christ, how much more far left do you want us to go? Like, we can't even go more far left than that. And that's why Joe Rogan said, I won't be attending UFC in Montreal because I would rather go to Russia than to fucking Canada. Imagine what a shame for Joe Rogan to say that against us. And I agree with him. If I was American and if I was Joe Rogan, I would feel the same and I would say the same things that he said regarding Canada. If I was American, I would rather go to fucking Russia than to Canada. That's how much of a fucking far left country we became because of the Liberal Party. That's how much we put woke people in charge. Mike Carney, he's a woke idiot. He's not even good looking. At least Justin Trudeau was good looking. So he can represent us in a good way. He's tall and shaped, good looking. So whenever he went somewhere, he will represent us in a good way. But Mike Carney, first of all, he once said in an interview that he's not Canadian, that he's British, that he feels more European and British. So why the fuck will we have a prime minister of Canada who doesn't even feel Canadian, who he says publicly, I'm not Canadian, I don't feel Canadian, I feel like an English, like a European. And then we're going to vote for him to be the leader of Canada? That makes no sense, guys. I mean, if you're not proud to be Canadian, Mike Carney, why the fuck do you want to be Prime Minister of Canada? Why even live here? Go back to England where you have an English passport. If you're not proud to be Canadian, first of all, for you then to want to be Prime Minister, that just shows that you're egotistical. You only think of yourself. You're not even going to want the best for Canada. Maybe if there's like a argument between Canada and England, maybe deep down you're gonna side on England's side while being the Prime Minister of Canada. That makes no fucking sense. If you want to be the Prime Minister of Canada, it has to be Canada first in your head, in your heart, and in your soul. It has to be Canada first regarding all matters. So Mike Carney, I don't know. And like I said once in a tweet, nowadays there's nothing gayer than voting Liberal in Canada, especially in Canada. I mean, in America, Liberals aren't as far left as our liberals here in Canada. But in this day and age, to vote far left in Canada, vote for Liberal Party, which is far left. Even if I can add the Conservative Party with Pierre Poilievre, who I'm going to be voting for, even they are not that conservative. They're not that right-leaning. They're like middle left. I would even say that the Conservative Party in Canada, they're even middle left. I mean, compared to American conservatives, compared to the American Republican Party, there's no debate. This is how I see it. The Liberal Party in America is more right-winged than the Conservative Party in Canada. That's how fucking left-wing. So imagine how left-wing the Liberals are here in Canada. So guys, like I said, it's crazy to vote. It's gay, actually. It's not even crazy. It's just gay. Gay and crazy. I guess the two in some way go together. Like I said at the beginning of the episode, no one loves and respects all human beings more than I do. But I feel like gay and crazy go together a little bit. But voting for liberals in this day and age, man, it's gay. Mike Carney, nothing good about that guy. I mean, I don't know who would vote for that guy. Even if he was my dad and I was the same person as I am right now, I would be ashamed of him being my dad and I wouldn't vote for him. I would publicly speak against voting for him and I would vote for Pierre Poilievre. So guys, Pierre Poilievre, let's fucking get it. Let's hope you win the election and put Canada back on the right track. So recently I listened to a podcast, Andrew Huberman's podcast. And I just want to say, Andrew Huberman, your podcast is amazing. You're so knowledgeable. Every single time I listen to one of your clips or one of your episodes, the knowledge you display is outstanding. The new things that I learn are phenomenal. The new things that I learn are abundant. It never stops. You keep on teaching me new things. I keep on learning more things which are very useful regarding fasting, regarding alcohol consumption, regarding caffeine consumption, regarding sleeping, regarding going to the gym, regarding working out, regarding mental health also. Whatever has to do with health, Andrew Huberman, your podcast is phenomenal, man. Phenomenal. And I know recently you talked about alcohol consumption, and I feel like today, in this day and age, and there's facts and stats proving my point that alcohol consumption has dropped a lot with our new generation, Gen Z, which is my generation. I think it's from 1994 to 2003, 2004, 2007, actually, I think. That's our generation. And they're saying that alcohol consumption has dropped a lot drastically because I think that in this day and age, kids and young adults are more focused on being healthy, going to the gym. I'm also with social media, with all these new knowledge we have about fasting, being in shape, biohacking, all of those things that are so easily to access. And like every single time you go on social media and you scroll down, you hear some people talking about fitness I'm talking about fasting, biohacking, whatever. So I feel like that encourages us a lot to put alcohol to the side and focus more on our health. I think Andrew Huberman is a big pioneer of trying to make the youth healthy, teaching them how to be healthy and how to be healthier, and just giving them knowledge regarding everything that has to do with our health. And he also shows us that how much physical health affects a lot our mental health. So I think that Andrew Huberman, like I said, your podcast is beautiful. And actually, alcohol, it's a fact. There's nothing good regarding alcohol. It's all negative. Alcohol is poison. We're not gonna lie, alcohol is poison. Now, of course, I drink from time to time, not a lot. I can't even remember the last time I was drunk or tipsy. If I'm gonna drink on a night out, that's even if I'm going to drink, it's gonna be 1 or 2 drinks, 3 at the most. I'm not going to be tipsy after 3 drinks. It's gonna take a bit more. But regarding alcohol consumption, I really don't drink a lot, and even 90% of the time when I go out, I don't even drink alcohol. I drink water. I drink a Red Bull. I drink fucking Perrier, whatever. I drink sparkling water. So that's when I drink. Even rarely do I drink alcohol, but when I'm going to drink, it's going to be 1 or 2 drinks, 3 at the most. So I think Andrew Huberman played a big part in putting alcohol consumption down for young adults and for for teenagers. Of course, we're not going to lie. People start drinking at the age of 15. So, but I think Andrew Huberman had a big role in it. I want to applaud him. Beautiful. Even social media altogether. All these fitness influencers regarding biohacking, being in shape, whatever. Kids want to be like them. So, of course, if they don't drink alcohol, they're not going to drink alcohol, and they're going to be less likely to drink alcohol and be more like the celebrities, the fitness influencers that they follow. They want to follow into their footsteps. So there are some good things, right? Regarding fitness influencers, there are some good things. They most of them influence the youth in a positive way. And I mean, hitting the gym is always going to be positive. Being in shape is always going to be a positive thing. Eating healthy is always going to be a positive thing. Putting alcohol consumption to the side is always going to be a positive thing. And it's just a beautiful thing, man. We have thoughts on Pete Hegseth. Yo, Pete Hegseth, you're a fucking G, bro. Actually, Pete Hegseth, please come to Canada and please be our prime minister. Pete Hegseth, you're a fucking top G, bro. You're my favorite politician. You are what the modern day needs. In the Western world, you are what we need. We need a Pete Hegseth. Every single country in the Western world needs a Pete Hegseth. We all need a Pete Hegseth. Pete, I don't know if you know this, but in Canada, you don't have to be born on Canadian soil to run for Canadian Prime Minister. I know in America, you guys have to be born on American soil so that you can run for the president's office. But in Canada, you can be born wherever, which in my opinion, that's a stupid law. It should be changed. You should be born in Canada to have the chance to run for Prime Minister's office. But Pete, since that law is still not yet in order, please come to Canada, bro. Pete Hegseth, we want you here in Canada, and we need you here in Canada. Right now, I'm speaking for all straight men, especially straight white men. Pete Hegseth, we need a man like you. Please come to Canada, Pete Hegseth. You're a fucking G. I know once when you were in a hearing for them to announce you Secretary of Defense, then we had like this one wokie. I forgot his name. I don't even want to know his name. I don't want to know the names of wokies. He's been grilling Pete Hegseth. Oh, what are all those racist Christian tattoos you have on yourself? How the tattoos that he has, like the Crusader's cross on his chest or the Deus Volt tattoo on his inner bicep, there's nothing racist there. Those are Christian tattoos. I have Christian tattoos. Many people have Christian tattoos. We're proud to be Christians. We want to defend our faith. We love our faith. And Pete Hegseth, none of your tattoos are racist. The guy who asked you that question is a fucking wokey. He's out of touch with reality. He doesn't know what he's talking about. But Pete Hegseth, keep doing you, bro. I hope we can have a drink together one day. I know you love gin tonics. Hell, normally I'm a vodka soda type of guy, but for you, bro, I'm going to have a gin tonic with you. You can come on my podcast. We're going to drink gin tonics, plural, many gin tonics. We're going to have a blast, man. But none of his tattoos are fucking racist or I don't know what else you want to call them, extremist. They're just normal tattoos, beautiful tattoos. And if I can add, Pete Hegseth has very beautiful tattoos. I admire his tattoos. I admire him as a man. He's a real man. We need more people like him. And like I said, Pete Hegseth, whenever you want to come on my podcast, talk shit, talk about politics, talk about internal affairs, outside affairs, talk about life in general, and have a drink, have a gin tonic. Let's fucking do it, Pete Hegseth. Okay, so guys, mind readers, mediums, people who can read your mind, it's all bullshit. I mean, stop the fucking cap. If you can actually predict the future or read people's minds, why is your life so shitty? I mean, you guys know everything, right? You can read people's minds, you can predict the future, but you all lead shitty lives. So if a mind reader or if a medium can reach out to me and explain to me how that's possible for them to be able to have these supernatural abilities, for them to read people's minds and to predict the future, but still live shitty lives, it makes no sense. But hey, guys, maybe one of you mind readers can explain that concept to me, because really, it makes no sense, but it's all bullshit. I'm going to cut the crap. It's all bullshit. If you're a mind reader, if you're a medium, you're just a gypsy trying to scam people out of their money, take their money. But you guys are you know what? Your names aren't mediums or mind readers. They're just scammers. You guys scam other people. You play with their naivety and then take their money. I mean, kudos, you guys make money. Hey, if it makes money, it makes sense. Like the great Floyd Mayweather said many times. If it makes money, it makes sense, but cut the crap, man. You can't read minds. You can't predict the future. You can't do none of that shit. Y'all are just some gypsies living on the streets, wanting to make an extra buck, out of scamming people, by scamming people. That's a fact. Okay, so guys, oh my God. People who have secret accounts or bot accounts, y'all are the biggest pussies on planet Earth. If you want to say something, take a stance or whatever, if you don't have the balls to say with your chest, then just stay silent. It's not made for you. Stay at home, work your normal 9 to 5, have sex with your normal wife, but don't go outside with a bot account, with a fake account, and say a statement or go after people or start roasting people. Y'all are pussies. You have no balls. Your dads had no balls before you. Your grandpa had no balls. All the men in your genetic lineage are a lineage of men with no balls. That's what you guys are. If you have bot accounts and fake accounts, and you take those bot accounts and those fake accounts, and they serve a purpose for you to go out in the world and roast other people, bring down other people, put on negative comments. Y'all have no balls. Forget about being a public figure, about being a speech figure. Forget about having a public voice. It's not made for you. Y'all have other talents, other callings, but having a public voice, it's not made for you. Leave it for people who have the balls to go in front of a camera or go with their personal account, with their personal account, with their real accounts and say what they have to say. The world is for them. They are the ones who are made to be public speakers. You guys aren't it. If you have bot accounts, what a fucking shame. You guys should be ashamed of yourselves, of how you are men without balls. And I mean, just forget about it. Y'all are pussies. You aren't him. You aren't top G's. You just look like fucking pussies, man. Okay, so thoughts on Wanda. Wanda is Icardi's ex-wife. She was also Manuel Lopez's ex-wife, and she left Manuel Lopez to go with Icardi. For people who don't know, Icardi and Manuel Lopez are professional football players. Both of them are Argentinian. Both of them were teammates, and both of them play for the Argentinian international football team. Wanda is a whore. She left Manuel Lopez to go with his best friend. And also Icardi and Manuel Lopez were best friends. So she left Manuel Lopez to go with Icardi. They were best friends. Wanda is a whore. Now, of course, Icardi is a fake friend also. I'm not going to deny that fact. Icardi is also a fake friend. To take your best friend's wife like that is fucking a pussy move, bro. You're a fucking pussy. But then now, she recently divorced with Manuel Icardi, and now she's seeing another man, another Argentinian, I think he's a rapper. But while being with Icardi, she cheated on him. So Wanda, she's a whore. You're a whore. I mean, it's just what it is. I mean, don't blame me. No one put a gun to your head and say, oh, Wanda, go and do hoary actions around life. You have free will. You did it by yourself. You did it with your own free will. So all actions have consequences. You did whore actions. So, of course, you're going to be labeled a whore by me and by literally every other man on planet Earth and every other woman. They're going to think the same. Just women are not going to say it. Even men, most men are not going to go publicly and say it. But, hey, I just said it. It's a fact. Just what it is. To come back with people who have secret platforms, it's very similar to what I'm going to say right now. Most of y'all act like you're so stoic and so truth-seeking. And you know what, bro? I'm the type of guy who wants to hear the truth. I'm so stoic, bro. I can take whatever. That's a fucking lie. If I was now to say something, a fact about you, tell you a truth, you're going to get all offended, all scared, all sad. So you're not so stoic. You have no balls. You're not him. But people like to act like you. I'm so stoic. I'm fucking Marcus Aurelius. They listen to these edits on social media and they get all hyped up. Like, oh my God, bro, I'm so Ragnar Lothbrok. Like, bro, I'm so Cillian Murphy and Peaky Blinders, bro. Like, that's so me. Like, bro, come on. You have no balls. You hide behind bot accounts. Without bot accounts and without fake accounts, you wouldn't have the balls to say what you truly want to say. I say what I have to say. I don't care if people disagree or agree with me. I say what I have to say. You can hate on me. You can call me stupid. You can call me ugly. You can call me whatever. But you can't call me a pussy. Because that's one thing I was never. That's one thing that I am not. And that's one thing I'll never be. I'll be everything else. I don't care. Call me stupid. Call me ugly. Call me retarded. Call me whatever. But a pussy is something I'll never be. I'll never be afraid to say what I have to say. I don't care who agrees or who disagrees with me. I'm never going to be a pussy. I'd rather die than to be a pussy. And that's just me. But most of you guys aren't built like that. Some of you guys are even more than me. Andrew Tate, he's even more ballsy than I am. Maybe hopefully one day I'll be as ballsy as he is. I envy him regarding that. He says literally what he wants to say and he doesn't give a fuck. Now, of course, he has more money than me. He's already rich. So maybe if I had his money, I wouldn't care for people to come after me because I have his money. But most of y'all guys, if you hide behind bot accounts, behind fake accounts, forget about it, guys. You're not this stoic, truth-seeking individual. That's not who you are. You're just a normal individual. Stop listening to these edits on TikTok or on Instagram, whatever, hyping you all up. And then at the end of the day, your actions prove that you aren't him. We can all talk, oh, I'm him, I'm him, I'm him. But if your actions prove otherwise, then you're not him. No one cares. Actions speak louder than words. You can talk all you want, but if your actions show that you're a pussy and show that you're not him, then you're not him, bro. I don't care how much you talk. Your actions speak louder than words. The worst people to hang around with are envious people. People who envy others are the worst people to be around. They're going to bring you down any chance they get. They're never going to help you physically or mentally. They're never going to help you. They're going to act like they're your friends. They're going to act like they want the best for you and they want good for you. Well, deep down, it's not true. They're envious. They're envious of you. They're envious of everything because deep down, they're not happy and proud of who they are. They're not happy with themselves. They're not pleased with themselves. So of course, they're always going to look for other people so they can bring them down so that they feel better. Don't hang around with those type of people. They're the worst people to hang around. I would rather hang around with people who aren't envious and they're fucking serial killers. I would rather hang around with serial killers than envious people. That's how fucking toxic they are. That's how bad they are for your health, for your mental health, even for your physical health. I'm sure there's a correlation between those two. But hanging around with envious people is the worst thing you can do. You're never going to reach your full potential as a human being. You're never going to reach your goals. You're never going to accomplish your dreams by hanging around with envious people. Now, of course, I always said that people always say that you are who you hang around with. So show me your 5 closest friends and I'll show you your future. Everyone says that, so it has to be true. At the end of the day, of course, I always believe in free will. So if you put me around the worst people, I still believe that I have free will so I can do whatever I want to do. But of course, the people you hang around with is going to affect you. Even if you're the smartest and most intelligent guy on planet Earth, the people you hang around with, they're going to have an influence on you. They're going to affect you in some way. The society you live in is going to affect you in some way, like it or not. But the goal is to seek the best society for yourself so you can live there, to seek the best friends, the least toxic friends for yourself, and the least envious friends for yourself. You got to hang around with people who want the best for you. People who push you to be the best. Not only who want the best, but they push you to be the best. Those are the people you need to hang around with. Don't hang around with people who are envious. They're never going to push you to be the best. They're always going to want the worst for you. They're always going to bring you down, and they're the most toxic people to hang around with. I'm speaking by experience, by my experiences, by other people's experiences, but it's a fact of life, man. And if you can, the faster you can cut them off, the better it is for you. I know it happens for everyone. You know what? Sometimes people outside of your friend group, let's say your dad, he can tell you know what? I've seen your friends. It's better if you cut them off. Then you can come up with excuses. No, dad, don't worry. He's not always like that. It's just a certain period in his life, whatever. Believe me, the faster you can cut off toxic people, the better it's going to be for you, for your family, for your potential, for your future self. So the quicker you cut them off, the better it is, man. Like I said, again, talking about envious people who are envious of others and who always bring down other people, they're not confident. They're not happy with themselves. They're very insecure. So in a way, I mean, don't try to take it too personally. Try and understand that deep down, they're suffering a lot. They're not happy with their lives and they're jealous of you. So deep down, try to understand that they're really in a bad spot in their lives. So, but again, it's not an excuse for you to stay with them. It's not an excuse for their actions. You should still get away from them, but just deep down, don't get too attached emotionally. Don't get too angry or frustrated. Just cut them off and don't think about them anymore. Go on with your life and that's it, man. But deep down, people who are envious are very insecure people, and deep down, they don't feel good about their lives or about themselves. Poor people will do you more dirty than rich people. Rich people, of course, no one's perfect. Even if you're the richest guy or the most accomplished guy, no one's perfect. Rich people can do you dirty, right? They can steal from you, lie to you, whatever. But poor people are going to do you way more dirty if you give them the opportunity. The difference with rich people and poor people, people who feel like rich people are more devilish than poor people don't understand that the only reason that we think that is because rich people have more opportunities to do you dirty. The only reason that the poor guy isn't doing you any dirt is not because he doesn't want to, it's because he can't. There's a difference between wanting and not doing it, and not being able to do it. There's a big difference. If someone wants to go and beat you up, but he's way shorter than you, way less stronger, way weaker, way whatever, him not beating you up doesn't make him a good person, because his intentions is, I want to beat you up. He just can't. It's not that he doesn't want to, he just can't. Doesn't have the ability to do it. Same goes with poor people. Poor people, if they had the same opportunities that rich people have to do you dirty, they would do you 10 times worse than the rich people. Poor people have way more devilish inside of them than rich people. Just rich people, they're more in the position of power, so they can do you more dirty than poor people. But if poor people were to be put in the same situation as those rich people, given the same opportunities that they have, they would do you 10 times worse than those people. And of course, it's a question of culture. In general, people who have more money, have more education, are in general smarter. Not all, of course, I'm saying in general. They're smarter, more compassionate, they have more knowledge, they're wiser, they have more wisdom. So they're in general, they're better people than poor people. So poor people would do you way more dirty if they could than rich people. Just they don't have the opportunity and rich people do, so we feel like they're more devilish than poor people, but it's the other way around, man. Okay, so this one thing, talking with my friends, I have friends who are Arab, I have friends who are black, I'm white, I have friends who are white, I have friends who are Latino, I have friends who are Chinese, Indian, whatever. But sometimes when I speak with my friends, I hear my friends say that, oh, I don't love women from a certain race. I don't find them attractive. And that's something I've always been surprised, because in my opinion, if a woman is sexy, she's sexy. She's good looking. I don't care what her skin color is. If she's good looking, and you guys know what I mean by good looking, beautiful face, nice body, she can be whatever color, whatever nationality, whatever religion. I'm going to be attracted to her. I don't care if she's black, if she's white, if she's Arab, if she's Latino, whatever. In my mind, if she's attractive, good looking, she's attractive. So I never understood my friends, and not only my friends, I heard many people who aren't my friends say that, oh, I could never love a woman, or I could never find a certain person attractive who is of that certain race or of that certain skin color. I was always fascinated with that. I never really understood it because I find there's beautiful people from all races, all skin colors, all whatever, all nationalities. So I never really understood that, but hey, I guess each to his own. We all have our preferences. There's no debating. When it comes to taste, there's no debating. But I never really understood it, because I've seen beautiful women from all races. I've seen beautiful women from all parts of the world, from all countries, all ethnicities. So I don't know if they're just lying to themselves, or if they don't maybe like the culture that they bring behind. But I mean, I'm talking physically right now. Physically, there's beautiful women regarding all races. In all races, there's beautiful women physically. So I never really associated or never really understood what they meant by saying that they could never find a certain woman of a certain race sexy or beautiful. I don't know. Okay, so guys, never, ever have a victim mentality. I don't care what's going on with your life. I don't care if you have the worst life. Having a victim mentality will never be positive, will never be good for you, no matter what kind of life you're leading. Even if you have the worst life, then acting like a victim is the worst thing. Even if the worst thing that happens to you, something out of your control, if you cannot control something, don't think about it. But if something bad happens to you out of your control, you have two choices. Either take it like a man and then see what's the best thing you can do out of it, or have a victim mentality. And never, and I mean 100% of the time, not 99% of the time, 100% of the time, having a victim mentality is not the answer. It's having a top G mentality. It's having a fucking winner mentality. And to have a winner mentality, you cannot have a victim mentality. Those two never go together. All winners don't have a victim mentality. And the goal in life is to take life out as it is. Understand that life isn't fair. But how we decide to act and the mentality that we decide to incorporate in our actions, that's what matters. So not having a victim mentality and having a winner mentality, that's how you're going to win in life. So never, ever, I don't care what happens to you. I don't care who said what and who did what to you and what kind of cards life dealt you. I don't care, but having a victim mentality is never, ever the answer. So guys, recently, it was supposed to beef. It didn't beef. I said a comment regarding something. I don't want to talk too much about it because I don't want to give them attention. They don't deserve that attention. But guys, they stopped. They deleted all the comments they had against me, so they didn't want the beef, I guess. But guys, just know, if you're going to come after me, bro, I'm not J. Cole. I'm not J. Cole. I'm not going to back down. I'm not going to say, oh, you fuck it, I don't want to beef. If you want to beef with me on social media, whatever, guys, in the past, I beefed with many people on social media. I'm going to do it again. I mean, I see social media like a game. Like, I understand that beef can bring us more traction, more likes, more views, more visibility. So, of course, beef is good. So, but if you want to come after me, I'm not going to take it personal. I'm going to say, okay, now let me see what I can do with this. Can I do something good? If yes, if I see a potential of this growing my social media image, of this growing my podcast or whatever, of course I'm gonna go and beef. What the fuck? I'm not dumb. Of course I'm gonna do it. But of course, if you come after me with trying to beef whatever on social media, and I see that there's nothing I can win from this, there's no pros regarding this beef, I'm just gonna ignore it and put it to the side, which I did many times. People who comment on my posts when I talk about whatever, I mean, they don't have a podcast, they don't have whatever, so there's no purpose for me to go against them. It's going to be a waste of time. But if, let's say, someone who has another football podcast or whatever podcast, and he has, a good following and even a bigger following than I have, and of course, if he starts commenting or doing videos or reacting to my takes or whatever regarding football or life, of course I'm going to hit back, because I'm going to say, you know what? If I hit back, there's going to create traction. Maybe I'm going to gain followers, gain more visibility. So, of course, I'm going to hit back. So, guys, if you want to come after me on social media, I'm going to be happy. Like, actually, I love beef. I love beef on social media. It gets me all riled up. I love it. I'm like Slim Shady. I'm the Slim Shady of the podcast game. When it comes to rapping, Slim Shady is Slim Shady. He's the GOAT. I'm the GOAT of the beef podcasting world. When it comes to beefs, I'm him. I'm like Slim Shady. And the reason why is because I love it, bro. I love it. So if you want to come after me, let's fucking get it on. But at least come after me with something, man. Don't come after me with something stupid. At least come after me with something good. I know when people comment, normally I don't read the comments because especially when I talk about football, so many people comment, man, that even if I wanted to read it all, it would just be a waste of time. But sometimes I see the comments like on the top, and sometimes those comments, like, even if it's against me, I don't care. But sometimes they're so funny, bro. Like, yo, the internet will always be undefeated. I don't care, man. Like, sometimes people roast me, but they roast me so well that I just end up laughing. Like, I'll never get mad. If you roast me on a comment, I'm actually happy because you commented. So that's just better for my algorithm and for my page and my podcast. So it's just good for me. But sometimes people roast me and it's not even funny. It's not even imaginative. It's not even creative. It's just like a boring roast. I'm just like, oh, that was boring. But sometimes people are very creative, and that's why, like I said, the internet will always be undefeated. Sometimes people are hella funny, and when I read those comments, man, I just start laughing, even if it's against me. Like, I don't care. Like, I don't take it personally. I just find it fucking funny. So please, guys, comment as much as you can, and at least try to be funny, man, because I like laughing. Even if it's roasting against me, I just like laughing, man. OK, so guys, je vais faire ça en français. Là. Gatineau, c'est bientôt les élections pour être maire de Gatineau. Je pense que c'est le temps. Dernière année, j'ai dit, tu sais quoi, on va pas le faire. Je suis trop jeune, j'ai pas assez de knowledge. C'était cave de ma part de ne pas avoir suivi mon vrai destin. Je suis un gars très religieux. Dieu m'a parlé récemment. Il a dit, André, tu sais quoi, Gatineau a besoin de toi. Mais je dis, Dieu, tu sais quoi, j'ai pas vraiment le goût, ça a l'air plate d'être maire de Gatineau, comme tabarnak, maire de Gatineau, un petit village, Gatineau, une petite ville. puis être maire. Je veux dire, les politiques, c'est tellement plate au Canada, puis surtout à Gatineau, Chris, il n'y a rien qui se passe. Mais Dieu est comme André, fais pas ça pour toi, fais ça pour le peuple. Fait que je dis, tu sais quoi, m'a pas être selfish, m'a faire ça pour le peuple. Les nouvelles élections, je pense, c'est comme en novembre. M'a faire ça pour vous, ma candidature. André Delich pour le maire de Gatineau. Je sais pas ça pour moi encore. Si ça serait up to me, je ferais rien parce que ça a l'air plate. Mais Dieu m'a demandé, il a dit, André, suis ton vrai destin, s'il te plaît. Puis, guys, I guess j'ai pas le choix, je vais devoir le faire. Ici, j'ai les résultats des élections qui a gagné récemment. C'est Maude Marquis-Bissonnette qui a gagné avec Action Gatineau. Elle a gagné avec 27 000 votes, proche de 28 000, qui est 41 % des votes. Fait qu'elle a gagné avec juste 28 000 votes à Gatineau. Je pense qu'on a une population de quoi? 300 000. Mais combien de monde ils peuvent aller voter de ce 300 000-là? Sûrement comme 200 000 peuvent aller voter qui ont en haut de 18 ans, qui sont pas en prison, peu importe. Sûrement 200 000 de ce 300 000-là. Je suis pas exactly sure. Mais si tu prends 27 000 de 200 000, I guess c'est bon, c'est 41 %. Mais si je mets ma candidature, je vais faire plus que ça, facile. De quoi 27 000? Maude Marquis-Bissonnette, désolé, mais si je mets ma candidature, tu n'as pas de chance de gagner. Parce que les autres candidats, il n'y a pas une personne qui est un worthy opponent contre moi. Yves Ducharme, 20 600, 31 % des votes. Il a fini deuxième, 20 000. Yves Ducharme. Yves, respect, je ne sais pas t'es qui, mais c'est impossible que tu gagnes contre moi. Qui d'autre qu'il y a? Olive Camagnana? C'est comment ça on dit ton nom? Olive Camagnana, I guess c'est un nom. Ça a l'air d'un nom africain. Camagnana, peut-être c'est latino, je sais pas. 7 000 des votes, 10 %. Fait que si tu as 7 000 votes, tu as déjà 10 % des votes. Toi, c'est impossible que tu gagnes contre moi, là, désolé. Daniel Feeney, encore, je sais pas c'est qui. C'est qui ce monde-là, man? Personne ne connaît. Maude Marquis-Bissonnette, c'est la seule que je connais. I ain't gonna lie, là, parce qu'elle est belle. I ain't gonna lie, I'm gonna keep it 100. C'est la seule que je connais. Daniel Feeney, 6 000 votes, 10 % des votes. Stéphane Bisson, 3 000 votes, 5 % des votes. Rémi Bergeron, 499 votes. Fait que le 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, le sixième candidat, il a fini avec 499 votes. Tabarnak, bro. Je pense dans la rue, je peux aller voir 500 personnes puis dire, yo, votez pour moi, on va vous donner 20$, puis comme ils vont faire. Puis déjà là, j'ai plus que lui. Mathieu Saint-Jean, 435 votes, 0,65 %. Mais on va revenir au top 3. Maude Marquis-Bissonnette avec Action Gatineau, 27 000 votes, proche de 28 000. Ça, c'est quand même bon, mais je pense que si je mets mon... C'est quoi le nom de mon parti politique? I guess parti Top G ou quelque chose, genre parti Him. Parti Him. Yo, je mange ça, là. Maude Marquis, je mange ses votes. Yves Ducharme, je mange ses votes à lui aussi. Olive Camagnana, ça... I guess t'as fini troisième, ça I guess t'as dead, là, mais 7000 votes, ça cancel. Là. Fait que... yeah, guys, je veux ma candidature. Je vais faire ça pour le peuple de Gatineau. Je sais que on a des fortes chances de gagner. On va probablement gagner si je fais un peu de recherche, peu importe. Là. Puis en plus, j'ai un de mes amis qui m'a dit c'est à cause de lui, bro, que la première fois l'année passée que je dis tu sais quoi, peut-être c'est hors de mon zone de knowledge, puis comme je suis pas assez compétent pour ça. Là, il était comme oh my god, yo, les journalistes de Gatineau vont venir après toi. Là, l'année passée, j'étais comme yo, actually, ils vont venir après moi. Bla. Bro, les journalistes de Gatineau, ils vont venir après moi. Mais c'est qui ces journalistes-là, man? Quel journaliste va venir après moi? Il va dire quoi? Qu'est-ce qu'il y a à dire? T'as rien à dire aux journalistes de Gatineau. What the fuck? Si c'est un journaliste de New York à New York City, là, je comprendrais. C'est une grosse ville. New York, juste New York tout seul, sont 12 millions, plus que la province de Québec au complet. Mais journaliste de Gatineau, s'il te plaît, tu sais quoi? Venez après moi. S'il te plaît, venez après moi. Je veux voir avec quoi vous allez venir après moi. Journaliste de Gatineau. Bon, I guess que veux pas, si tu veux être un candidat pour la mairie de Gatineau, I guess que il faut que tu parles aux journalistes, puis ils vont venir après toi, mais bon, il n'y a rien de stressant là, il n'y a rien qui fait peur là, je veux dire. C'est juste ça que c'est, là. Okay, so guys, what nice people should watch out for? Like it or not, in general, I'm more of a nice guy than a bad guy. I do more favors for people than I deny those favors. But you have to, like it or not, people are always going to take advantage of nice people, even if we like that guy, even if we're like, yo, I really like him as a person. He's a really nice guy. Subconsciously, you're going to take a little bit advantage of him, even if you don't want to. It's just the nature of things. So nice people, always make sure to watch. It's good to be nice. It's a very beautiful aspect to be nice. It's a very beautiful trait to be a nice person. But just be wise. Also be smart. Like the quote says, Matthew 10:16 in the Bible, it says, be innocent as a dove, but be as wise as a snake. So that's what they mean. In life, you need to be innocent, not do harm, not put harm onto others, but at the same time, be wise as a snake. Understand that there's many people who aren't nice people on planet Earth. There's many people who are psychopaths, sociopaths, who look to take advantage of other people. So just watch out for those. It's nice to be a good person. There's nothing I love more than good people, than cultural people, than cultured people. There's nothing I like more than that. But like it or not, the reality of life is that if you're a nice person and if you're not wise or cautious or smart, people can end up taking advantage of you, and people are always going to look to take advantage of you. So I'm not saying to become a bad person. Remain a good person, but just be wise and always look out for yourself. Put yourself first. All human beings should always put themselves first, unless it's their children. We should always put our children's first and then ourselves. But if you don't have children, always put yourself first. Don't be taken advantage of. And if you know don't be afraid to put your foot down. Sometimes as a nice person, I know nice people in general, they're less tempted to put their foot down. They're like not scared, but they're less comfortable to put their foot down. Don't be afraid. Don't feel uncomfortable to put your foot down. Put your foot down, man. That's how life should be lived. If you're a nice guy, fucking love it. But watch out for people, because not everyone is nice, and some people don't want the good in life. Some people truly want the bad in life, and they're always gonna look to take advantage of you. So watch out for that, man. Okay, so guys, I heard so many people say that, you know what, I'm not going to approach a certain woman because I don't want to take an L. So at the end of the day, he doesn't approach her. But bro, by not approaching her, you still took an L. At the end of the day, you don't have what you want. When you approach a woman, you want to make her your girlfriend, you want to have a one-night stand, whatever the purpose of it, there's a reason behind why you're approaching her. But the difference is, if someone approaches her and she denies him, he took an L, yes. But if you don't approach her, you also took an L. It's not like, oh, I didn't take an L, and the reason why I didn't take an L is because I didn't approach her. Well, bro, at the end of the day, the guy who approached her and you guys have the same results. You're not going to end up with her. That's a fact. And this also goes for women. I heard many women say, some women told me, oh, I find that guy very cute. Then I'm like, okay, well, make a move. Maybe he doesn't know you're interested or whatever. But they're going to be like, no, because I never took an L in my life, so I don't want to start now. Just by not approaching him or showing him interest, already there you took an L. And maybe if I can add, the person who approached the certain person, the guy or the woman, he took less of an L than you, because by approaching that woman, he grew more confidence. By taking that L, he grew more balls. So the next time, he's going to be even less afraid to approach another woman. And then maybe he's going to get a W, while you didn't grow. That person who took an L from that woman or from that guy, whatever, or an L in business opportunity, whatever, he grew more than the person who just didn't do anything, who stayed neutral. First of all, you took an L and you didn't grow. At least that person took an L, but as a person, he grew. There's more of him, and he's a better person now, and he's a more competent individual because of that L. Only L's can make you more competent. Only L's can make you a better and stronger individual. So at the end of the day, both of you took L's, yes, but at least this guy grew as a person. So you took 2 L's. The person who didn't approach that guy or that woman out of fear of failure or fear of rejection, you took 2 L's. First of all, you're not going to end up with that person because you didn't have the balls to approach her. And second of all, you didn't grow as a human being. So you didn't become more confident. You didn't become more knowledgeable, more capable as a human being or as a man. So you took 2 L's while he took 1 L. So this is something that I want to touch on a little bit. It's recently on a podcast, Joe Rogan said, and I'm quoting him right now. He said, when China wants to, goddamn, let me redo that shit. He said, and I'm quoting him, when China wants to stay Chinese, no one has a problem with that. But when Poland wants to remain white, now it's a problem. And that's a fact. If not only Poland, if let's say Italy was to say, you know what, we want to remain Italy. Now, if you immigrate to Italy, You have to assimilate. You have to become Italian, take on our religion, take on our way of life, whatever. The whole world would be screaming. Everyone would be calling Italians fascists, racists, bigots, the worst of the worst. But if China was to say the same thing, no one would bat an eye. No one would care. And it wouldn't even make headlines. No one would give a fuck. Why is that? I feel like people are envious of white people in general, of white people. They want like white people to stop existing. They want white people to cease existing. I don't know. But this point that Joe Rogan brought up is a very good point. And I'm re-quoting him again. When China wants to stay Chinese, no one has a problem with that. But when Poland wants to remain white, now it's a problem. Guys, come on, let's be fair. Why is it only against white countries, against Western countries, that they're not allowed to preserve their culture, their identity? And when they do want to preserve their culture, their identity, their religion, their way of life, they're immediately called racists, bigots, idiots, the worst of the worst, disgusting human beings. But if an African country was to say, we want Congo to remain Congo, we want Congo to remain black, they would actually, not only would they not bash them, they would say, oh my God, congratulations. It's so beautiful that you guys want that. But when Poland wants the same thing, now it's a problem. Now they're racist. Now they are the worst of the worst. They're bigots, they're idiots, they're whatever. Guys, come on. Those are double standards. Same goes if China was to say the same thing, we would all be praising China, or not. If we're not praising them, no one would care. No one would put fault on them as much as they would put fault on a white country. So this is what Joe Rogan said. I approve. He has a point. It's a fact of life. It shouldn't be a fact of life, but sadly it is. And he's totally right. I know people in the comments bashed him a lot, but the people who bashed him are so out of touch with reality. They're not fair. They're not just people. And they only see life from one perspective. They cannot see life from multiple perspectives as Joe Rogan can, or many other people. Okay, so guys, let's do some quotes. I know I did recently meditations by Marcus Aurelius, but here I have big quotes by big and famous people. So let's fucking do it. And also, when I was looking for these quotes, I found many Mahatma Gandhi quotes, and there's not going to be a single Gandhi quote. And the reason why is because Gandhi is not a great man. Why? Gandhi, for people who don't know, he was raping little girls. He was beating up women. So you cannot be a great man if you beat up women and if you have sexual intercourse with underage women. You cannot be a great man. I don't care what you did for India, whatever. Yes, what you did for India is a big accomplishment. You kicked out the Brits, but you're not a good man. You're not a good man. So I'm not going to read your quotes. I have other quotes from other real good men, and let's fucking get it. So Albert Einstein, one of his quotes, in the middle of every difficulty lies opportunity. This is for resilience, for having a beautiful mindset. It's true that whenever something happens in your life that's bad, there's an opportunity to grow, and there's actually an opportunity to gain something from it. So like the quote goes, in the middle of every difficulty lies opportunity. Next quote, the only thing we have to fear is fear itself, from Franklin D. Roosevelt. He was not sure 30th president of the United States. He was the president during World War II. And then at the end, he died. And then it was Truman who became president. But his beautiful quote, the only thing we have to fear is fear itself. I can talk from experience. Doing my first podcast episode, I was afraid. After doing my first podcast episode, I was like, there's actually nothing to fear. And this will go for the same thing in any sphere in life. Let's say someone wants to start doing stand-up comedy. Maybe the first show, and before his first show, he would be afraid. But after doing multiple thousands, hundreds of shows, you wouldn't be afraid anymore because you're going to realize there's nothing to be afraid of. I know there's a quote, fear equals false evidence appearing real. And from experience, from my podcasting experience, before I did my first episode, I kept thinking about fake fears that could happen. But after doing the first episode, I realized that it's just false evidence appearing real. Like, I realized nothing's going to happen. It's not that scary talking in front of a camera with lights, whatever. It's not that scary. So, beautiful quote from Franklin D. Roosevelt to talk about leadership and courage, especially in wartime. He did this quote during wartime, so it was like a boost for the soldiers, whatever. The only thing we have to fear is fear itself. Third quote from René Descartes. I think, therefore I am. I think it's a beautiful quote regarding philosophy and consciousness, because I feel like you can be whoever you want to be. If you have the balls and the courage to be who you want to be, you can be that person. If you put in the necessary work, like I said, you can be whoever you want to be. And if you feel like you can be him, you can be him. I think, therefore I am. Fourth quote, not everything that is faced can be changed, but nothing can be changed until it is faced. From James Baldwin. This is fact. There's some things in lives that are going to happen that we have no control over, and that's just life. There's nothing we can do. But at the end of the day, if you want to change something, you have to put in actions. You have to do something. If you don't face that certain action, or if you don't face your fears, nothing's going to change. Some things aren't changeable. There's some things in life we cannot change, or we'll never be able to change. But one thing is for sure, if you want to change something, you got to put in the effort and you got to put in the actions. That's one fact. Fifth quote from Socrates, the unexamined life is not worth living. So this is, of course, philosophy, Socrates. It's about self-reflection. I feel like that's why meditation is very popular and it's very good for you. Praying is also very good for you. Hoping for a higher power, because I feel like we in life, you cannot go throughout life without ever introspecting regarding who you are, regarding who you want to be, regarding your dreams, regarding whatever. So a life where you don't do introspection is not worth living, because as human beings, we all have a higher purpose. We all have our own destiny and our own dreams to accomplish. So having introspection can help us a lot through meditation, through praying or whatever. But a life, like you said, the unexamined life is not worth living. Sixth quote, success is not final. Failure is not fatal. It is the courage to continue that counts. Of course, beautiful quote from Winston Churchill. He was the Prime Minister of England during World War II. It's about resilience, perseverance. Like said in the quote, sometimes, of course, we're all going to have success and failure, but whatever happens, keep going, because if something good happens, perfect. Reap from the fruits of your labor, but don't be stuck up on it. Continue living life, continue wanting more. And whenever something bad happens, don't be afraid. Just keep going, because there's up and downs in life, and it's just a question of when they're going to happen, and just keep going, man. Life is worth living, and that's the beauty of life. It's ups and downs. It's being able to take those downs and being able to reap the fruits of your labors when there are ups. So the seventh quote is from Albert Einstein. He said, imagination is more important than knowledge, because our knowledge is very limited. No matter who you are, if you have the highest IQ of all time, if you're fucking Nikola Tesla, if you're Albert Einstein, if you're Jordan Peterson, our knowledge is all limited. But imagination, there's no limitation to imagination. And some things in our minds can feel like impossible to accomplish, because if we think about it rationally and logically, we're always going to say it makes no sense. There's no way it's going to happen. But how many times in life the unexpected happen? And we're like, oh my God, not even in my wildest dreams did I think that this could possibly happen. It happened many times, just proving the fact that our knowledge is limited, but our imagination is limitless. So, beautiful quote from Albert Einstein, imagination is more important than knowledge. So the eighth quote will be from William Shakespeare. He said, love all, trust a few, do wrong to none. And like I said, I think this has a lot to do with ethics, because at the end of the day, if you love everyone, you have no hate inside of you, and you don't care what other people do, and you don't get too stuck up on what other people do, and you don't lose energy getting always angry at what other people do. So like I said, love all, trust a few. Like it or not, as human beings, we don't have many friends, and you don't have many people that you can trust. You can have a lot of friends, but how many of those friends can you actually trust 100%? I only have Luca, my brother, and maybe one or two friends that I actually trust 100%. The rest are my friends. I'll go out with them. I'll have fun with them, but I'm not dumb. I'm not going to trust them with my life, and I'm not going to trust them with a lot of things. I'm going to trust them with stupid things like, yo, bro, can you hold my phone for 2 seconds? And I'm going to trust them to not drop it or break it or whatever. Of course, I'm going to trust many people for stupid things like that. But for very important things, There's not a lot of people I can trust. Like I said, Luca and maybe one or two friends. And then he said, do wrong to none. Don't do bad things. Don't be a victim, but at the same time, don't be an aggressor. Don't do bad things to other people. Just focus on yourself. Focus on doing the best you can regarding your life, accomplishing the most. And beautiful quote from William Shakespeare. The 9th quote will be from Ralph Waldo Emerson. He said, do not go where the path may lead. Go instead where there is no path and leave a trail. I think this has a lot to do with individuality and leadership. Because people tend to say, oh, I know a guy who became very rich and very successful by doing this, so I'm going to do the same thing. That guy's life has nothing to do with your life. That guy's path has nothing to do with your path. We all have our own paths. Don't focus on other people's lives. Focus on your path. And even if your path seems like it's impossible or it's never been done before, well, create it yourself. Set a tone. Do it yourself because your path is your path. No one else can live your life. No one else has your destiny. No one else can walk your path. Just as the same as you cannot walk anyone else's path. So just focus on yourself. Focus on being individual. Focus on being original. And hell, it's always good to be a leader. The world needs more leaders, more positive leaders, and just focus on yourself. The 10th quote will be from Victor Hugo. He who opens a school door closes a prison. So of course, I've never, I'm not a diehard, oh my God, school, you need school. It's all about education. It's all about getting your degree. But in general, people who do go to school, who do go to university and who do get degrees are more likely to go to jail, are less likely to go to jail, are less likely to live a bad life, a shitty life. In general, I mean, there's some people who are multimillionaires and even billionaires without any degree, of course, but in general, there's way more people with degrees who make way more money and who lead way more beautiful lives than people without degrees in general. So of course, you can name me many cases where someone doesn't have a university degree, of course, but in general, it's always good to stay in school because you learn a lot. You learn a lot of knowledge. You learn a lot about life, and just you become a better person in general when you stay in school. So the 11th quote will be from Napoleon Hill. Actually, I read his book. It's a very beautiful book. What's the name of the book? Think and Grow Rich. That's the name of the book. Think and Grow Rich. Napoleon Hill is a master of his art. He knows what he's talking about. If you're listening to this podcast on YouTube, whatever, go and buy his book. It will only help you no matter where you are in life. Even if you're already a billionaire, this book is still going to help you. Or if you have nothing in life, you're dirt poor, this book is going to help you a lot. He's an amazing guy. So he said, you must be the master of your own destiny. Don't let other people dictate how you're going to live your life. Don't let other people decide what you're going to do with your life. Even if it's your dad or your mom or your brother, no matter who it is, you dictate your life. You're the master of your own life. You're the captain of your own boat. You're a captain of your own story. Live life on your own terms. And even if you make a mistake, you're going to learn from it, go on with your life. And at the end of the day, listen to your inner voice, listen to your soul, what you have to do, because it has the real answer. Your soul has the real answer. Your intuition has the real answer for what you should do for your life. No one else can live your life. Only you can live your life. So be the master of your own life. The 12th quote will be from Winston Churchill. He said, if you're going through hell, keep going. When you're going through hell, it will happen to everyone in a certain period of our lives. If you're going through hell, you have two options. Either you give up and you stay in hell, or you keep going and then eventually you get out of hell and you're in heaven. Now, of course, I'm speaking hypothetically. You're not actually in hell and you're not actually in heaven. But when shit hits the fan, keep going. Don't give up, because at the end of the day, there's going to be a rainbow for all the storm you endured. So just keep going. If you're going through hell, like I said, you have two options. Either you give up and you stay in hell for the rest of your life, or you keep going and then you finally find heaven. 13th quote will be from Steve Jobs. Your time is limited, so don't waste it living someone else's life. Chase your purpose. Be authentic to yourself, because if you're going to chase someone else's life, first of all, you're never going to have his life because it's not your life. So you're going to waste time. So just chase your life, chase your purpose, do it how you want to do it, and don't waste your time trying to chase someone else's life. The 14th quote will be from Ralph Waldo Emerson. He said that What lies behind us and what lies before us are tiny matters and compared to what lies within us. I'm going to repeat it. What lies behind us and what lies before us are tiny matters compared to what lies within us. A quote from Ralph Waldo Emerson. It's a quote of inner strength. Human beings don't realize how strong we are. If you look deep down, no matter what happens in your life, you can have the shittiest life, but you don't understand as human beings, we are so powerful. We can endure whatever we want to endure, and we can endure way more than we think that we can endure. So always look for that inner strength, no matter what's happening in your life. Look for that inner strength and keep fucking going, man. Never give up. 15 quote will be from Will Durant. And this quote is often misattributed to Aristotle, but it's actually Will Durant who said it. He said that we are not what we repeatedly do. We are, let me redo this 15 quote. So it's a quote from Will Durant, often misattributed to Aristotle. He said that we are what we repeatedly do. Excellence then is not an act, but a habit. I feel like many people are going to do one excellent thing, and then they're going to feel like they're excellent. But excellence is a habit. You have to constantly do excellence. You have to constantly be excellent for you to have the most in life. Excellence is a habit, and it's not a single act. It's constantly many actions. That's what excellence is. You have to constantly do many beautiful, excellent actions for you to be excellence. If you want to reach excellence, it has to be a habit. It cannot be a single act. It has to be a habit. The 16th quote will be from John Lennon. Life is what happens when you're busy making other plans. That's why living in the moment is so important. Because we're always going to make plans as human beings, and it's good to have a plan like, oh, I'm going to plan this for the future. But life is what actually happens between those plans, because that's what we're living, and that's what is actually our life. So, of course, plan for the future. Be aware of the past, of your past lessons. But at the end of the day, always live in the moment, live in the present moment, and always want the best for the present moment. Live day by day, step by step. And like he said, life is what happens when you're busy making other plans. Beautiful quote from John Lennon. The 17th quote will be from Aristotle. He said that knowing yourself is the beginning of all wisdom. It's about self-awareness, personal growth. As human beings, we always lie to ourselves. But it's always good, like I said, never lie to yourself. Always tell yourself the truth. But to others, you can lie. Who cares about that? But to yourself, always be truthful, always be authentic, and never lie to yourself. Because when you fully know yourself, that's when you're going to lead the best life, have the best life. And that's when you're going to be the most successful in life, is when you know yourself is the beginning of all wisdom. If you want to acquire wisdom and knowledge, you got to start off by knowing yourself. Beautiful quote from Aristotle. The 18th quote is from Albert Einstein. He said, a person who never made a mistake never tried anything new. Fucking facts, bro. If you never made a mistake, it's because you're not facing new opportunities. You're never going to learn new things. You don't face your fears, because if you try new things, you're going to fail, and you're going to learn new things. So people who don't make mistakes and who don't face failure, they're living in a box. They're living amongst their comfort. They're not going outside their comfort zone. They're never going to grow. You have to make mistakes to grow. You have to fail in life in order to grow. So like Albert Einstein said, beautiful quote, a person who never made a mistake never tried anything new. The 19th quote will be from Confucius. He said, it does not matter how slowly you go as long as you do not stop. It's like the story of the turtle and the hare, and the bunny, the hare, call it however you want to call it. But slow progress is better than no progress. Of course, fast progress is better than slow progress, of course. But at the end of the day, life is all about progress. You want progress in life, but slow progress, no matter how slow it is, if it's day by day, week by week, and no matter how slow and tiny it is, if it's progress and if you're a better person than you were yesterday, you're fucking winning. Don't stop. Don't give up. Keep fucking going. You're going to have a beautiful life. You're going to accomplish all your dreams. Don't be afraid. Slow progress is beautiful progress. It's majestic progress. It's very beautiful. Don't undermine it. It's very beautiful. Slow progress, step by step, like the turtle. At the end of the day, the turtle won the race against the hare. That's the message behind it. It's slow progress is better than no progress. Let's do one last quote from Aristotle, and then we're going to end the episode. So one quote from Aristotle, he said, happiness depends upon ourselves. In meditations, like with Marcus Aurelius, he talked a lot about this. You can have the shittiest life, have the least money, have nothing. But if deep down you're happy, you're going to live a happy and joyful life. You can have everything in life. Like I use this example a million times. Elvis Presley, man, he had everything. He had literally everything. And he wasn't happy, so he wasn't leading a happy life. So I'm going to repeat the quote like Aristotle said, happiness depends upon ourselves, not upon others, not upon ulterior actions, outside events or outside actions. It only and purposely and solely depends on ourselves. That was it, guys, for reality check number 13. Peace out.